So, I haven't done like a good old article read on streaming forever, or talked about something impromptu. And I think technically it's kind of both today. We're going to be critiquing something, and it's not the article we're reading. You'll see it in a minute. I want to keep it as vague as possible. One, to keep people interested, and two, so that no one tunes out. Take a sip of this drink. So that's all. What was the most interesting, okay, maybe not fully interesting or engaging title I've ever seen, especially when it comes to video games. Pretty common sentiment when it comes to video games, that a lot of people think that video games have an addicting nature. Wrong fucking screen. Jesus. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't have primary monitor 1. It uses it as 2. I saw this article. Dexetro posted it. And I had heard about it yesterday or day before yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday, yeah. Because here it says right here, December 12th. So yesterday I heard about this article and I was like reading part of it and then I lost it. Like you ever refresh your phone, you like lose something, you're like, it just disappears. So now that I found it, all I did was I liked it on Twitter while I was at work. So when I came home, I could read the entirety of the article again because I only read parts of it and mainly just the headline and like comments about it. And I have some comments of my own, but we're going to start with the article read. Epic Games sued for making Fortnite too addictive by Canadian parents. A Quebec judge is letting parents move forward in with a class action lawsuit against Epic Games for making Fortnite too addictive. Quebec Supreme Court Justice, I'm not going to fucking say your name right, so I'm not going to say it, has authorized a lawsuit against Epic Games that has had been originally filed in 2019. Alleging that it is so addictive that it can cause real-world problems. First thing I'm going to start off with, I do think video games can be addicting, as anything that you can become accustomed to can be addicting. It's not like a substance, but it can release like endorphins in your brain, the happy dopamine shit, and it can kind of, in a sense, be addictive. Right? I streamed 344 days this year out of 356. Seems like an addiction to me, right? But I mean, I'm managing, right? I'm not like cracked out if I can't stream. I'm usually just sick or busy. Yeah, it's so very classic indeed. Let me put the background on chat so you guys can see chat. Chat, say hi to YouTube. We actually haven't produced any YouTube content in forever, and this is the perfect segue onto YouTube. Of course, hey, if you're already here, you're watching this video, you've seen some of my videos before. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Pentacles? You've seen some of my videos before. You know, I just like to ramble and talk about stuff on the internet and post it to my YouTube, and that's what we're doing here today. So if you see the video, like the video, subscribe, please. I don't put out content as often as I should, but maybe if I get more subscriber, big number go up, I put out more content number go up. You see how that works? Happy dopamine. Help me get addicted. According to CTV, the parents of 3 children who spent thousands of dollars playing Fortnite claim that the Battle Royale caused their kids to suffer psychological, physical, and financial harm. Whoa! Kids are doing financial harm to themselves. Wrong! Kids are doing financial harm to the parents, not to themselves. If these are actual kids and the parents are suing, clearly the kids aren't thinking about the financial harm. The parents are. Okay? And we'll get more into parents, parenting, in a little bit. The parents say that their kids have spent hundreds of dollars on V-Bucks, but sometimes without their knowledge, and even have panic attacks over the game. Whoa! How are you allowing your kids to spend your money without you knowing? How are you allowing your kids to spend your money without you knowing? And also, how are you going to blame the game for having non-egregious microtransactions that your kids can become attached to? You are the parent. I don't know who the fucking parents are. I don't give a shit either. If the parents are on YouTube watching people talk shit about them, please do. Listen to me, parent. Quebec parents of 3 children who spent thousands of dollars on V-Bucks in Fortnite. Parent your children instead of letting video games do it, so that video games don't become so encompassed into your kid's lifestyle and their brain that you feel as if they are addicted and have a problem. You are the parent. Take away the console, take away the PC, take away the games, take away the controllers. You can do that. That's your job as a parent, to understand when something is not good for your children. It is not Epic Games' fault, or Epic Games' Epic Games doesn't have to give a shit about your kid. If your kid is spending money in their game, they're happy about your kid. Congratulations. Get played, bitch. Anyways, we'll move on. One of the kids was frequently up until 3 in the morning playing over 7,781 hours of the game in under 2 years. I just want to put this in perspective. I'm going to pull a calculator up. There is 24 hours in a day, and there's 365 days in a year. Times that by 2. So they spend almost half a year in the video game outside of the video game. Like half of their life. Half of 2 years almost. Like we could take this number away, right? We could go 7,781. That's almost half. How in 2 years do you allow your kid to play? That means on average they're playing 12 hours a day. that's on average 12 hours a day, right? That's a lot of time for your kid to be playing a video game that you didn't notice. Also, that number seems really fudged. If your kid's a kid and they have school of any kind, or like class homework, assignments, friends, anything that aren't also engulfed into Fortnite, that seems a little unreasonable. And I don't like that they said another is said to have spent over 59,954 minutes. Why do they use minutes here? Why are they making me do math again? What the fuck? I don't want to do that. Let's see. What do? We divide it by 24, right? Because no, we divide it by 60 to see the number of hours. We divide it by 60, and that'll show us the number of hours. So 1,000 hours. Still a lot of hours to spend in a video game when you're a child, right? Your brain is still developing. And as a parent, I think that it's your responsibility to make sure your kids don't spend 12 hours on average or 4 hours on average playing all these video games. The firm that represents the parents, Alex, even cited an addiction specialist, some weird name I'm not going to say, who compared Fortnite to cocaine. Okay. Fortnite is as addictive as cocaine. Chat, I think I've played Fortnite a few times on stream, right? Have you guys seen me getting a little cracked out, a little coked out? You guys see me scratching my neck, fiending for it? I need more out of my brain. I think the bigger thing is impressionable youth can become addicted or more so addicted to anything, right? And if they need to escape reality, if like home life is hard, school life is hard, if they're being bullied, if there's like things that they want to get away from, anything can truly become addicting, right? So like, I don't think that it's Fortnite in particular. I think that it's maybe these kids have some sort of other thing in their life that's going wrong that maybe their parents should find out about or talk to them about instead of blaming the video game. Hey, what's up, Wonderful Deluxe? Despite the lawsuit moving forward, the judge has said that there's no certainty that Fortnite is deliberately addictive. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk about addictive video games real quick and bad parents, because I think we've slated the bad parents. Okay, I think that hopefully anyone reading this who's a parent understands what being a parent is like. Okay, you are responsible for another thing, another human being. I'm responsible for 5 cats. I'm not responsible for 3 little baby children. Okay, that's not, I can't speak from full experience, but from someone who was raised by a single mother who actually parented them, unlike maybe these kids here with 2 parents, I can't say that this is something normal. This is very abnormal, because if I played video games so long that my mom thought I was addicted, if I played video games so much that it was affecting my home life, that it was spending her money, that it was ruining school for me, or in some way ruining my mental health, she would take away my video games. I had my video games taken away for way less. I made a bad grade in school, video games gone. Video games are not a necessity as a child, they're a privilege. And that privilege as a parent is something that you have full control over. If you hand your children video games and expect the video games to raise them, this is what you get. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right? But if you integrate them into their life because it's something that they enjoy, and you make it a hobby that you can spend with your kids, or that you can monitor that your kids are safe and doing something more productive than, I don't know, out in the streets slinging dope, running gangs and shit, if you can make sure that that's not what's happening with your kids, then good on you. I don't think that these parents are that parent. I think these are the parents that threw an Xbox controller at their kid and said, "Here, I don't have time for you. Do this," and then were confused about the results of why their kids spent so much time on the video game because they probably knew nothing else. And if your kids are so unruly that you can't take away the video games from them, they have panic attacks, then maybe you need to seek mental help for your child instead of trying to sue a company that made a video game that's not very addictive. Because honestly, I'm a grown ass man and I play Fortnite whenever the fuck I want. I've never felt as if I need to play Fortnite. Fortnite is not a part of my life that has to be there. And that's the same thing for most video games. Yeah, I do feel as if I need to play video games because I love video games. It's kind of what I do. It's my hobby, right? Other than the stream and shit, I love video games and they're super fun and they make for an enjoyable experience for me. Because sometimes it's about me, right? But if I felt like, hey, this game is actively addictive and in like a bad way, it's ruining my mental health, I stopped playing it. I don't think I've ever been in a situation like that. To be quite honest with you, I've never played a video game that was so addictive that it was causing me to suffer psychologically, physically, and financially. There are addictive video games, and we can talk about a few of those, right? I think the most addictive form of video games aren't even games per se. They're like gotcha or roll simulators, right? They're like you roll for a character or you pull packs for cards or for characters, things that want to keep you spending money and keep you engaged by showing you new things. Fortnite does not do that. A game that could be considered addicting because of its gambling nature and its pack roll or gotcha style is a game that I play all the time and I have spent $0 on. Because I'm an adult and I make those decisions for me. And if I had children, I would make those decisions for them. Or I would pull them back away from those decisions because I'm the parent. Something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is a collectible card game online simulator where you can spend money to buy packs to build your favorite decks of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. There is no RNG elements to the loot boxes or the skins in Fortnite. Not a single one. So if your kid is spending thousands of dollars on Fortnite, it is because they are buying skins that they think are cool. They're not addicted to the game or the money spending. They want cool skins to show off to their friends. They're not addicted, and if they are, it's your fault for throwing a video game at them. However, he has written his ruling. It does not conclude the possibility that the game is in fact addicting, and that its creator and distributor are presumed to know this. Epic Games will have 30 days to appeal the decision, or they will be forced to defend the allegations in court. Damages will be determined later, but the parents are seeking restitution for V-Bucks purchases the kids made when they were under the age of 18. Okay, so I can kind of understand. Your kids spent money without you knowing. They spent a lot of your money. I think there was like a similar situation, and the lady like complained to Epic, and they gave her a giant amount of money back for the amount of V-Bucks spent on the kid's account. And they like removed the store, or they like removed his her card information from his like Epic account so that she wouldn't be able to be she would have to keep a better track of her money, right? They helped her out as a parent because truly, once again, this is a parent problem. If your kid is spending your money without you knowing and you're allowing it to happen for thousands of dollars, there's a real issue. You are a pushover, a parent. I'm gonna throw that out there. If my kid, I don't have any, but if my kid spent $1,000 of my money, if my kid spent $100 of my money without me knowing, and I did nothing about it, they're gonna do it again, right? Right, chat? If you guys spend $100 of anyone's money and they don't stop you and they know that it existed and that it happened, you're probably gonna do it again. Because not saying no in that sense is basically the same thing as saying yes to a child, at least to a child, right? Not saying no to, hey, you cannot buy that Hulk skin, honey. No, you cannot have the ninja skin, son. If you don't tell them that, they're going to continue to do it. So expecting thousands of dollars in restitutions back from Fortnite and from Epic Games is asinine. If you had caught this very early and asked for refunds, Epic maybe would have been more inclined to agree. I think like a kid spent a mother's rent money on Fortnite V-Bucks and stuff, and he was reprimanded. The mom yelled at him and she complained to Epic, and she was given the money back because it was rent money. What is that? Maybe $1,000. Right? They're saying thousands of dollars. I don't know. Maybe there are places in the United States where rent is upwards of $2,000, $3,000. But if she caught it early and it was 1 month's rent instead of this lawsuit that started in 2019, and these kids spent over 2 years on the game, over 7,000 hours in 2 years or less than 2 years. Who's to say it's not more than thousands? I don't think that inherently the kids were in the wrong. The kids don't know any better. You have to tell your kids that they're doing something wrong for them to know that it's not okay. So I'm not blaming the kids. I'm also not blaming the video games or Epic Games. I'm not blaming Fortnite. I'm not blaming Overwatch. I'm not blaming Call of Duty. I'm not blaming any game that has non-egregious microtransactions for this behavior. I'm blaming parents and people with addictive personalities. If you have an addictive personality, if you can become addicted to things or attached to things very easily, yes, I know my Sonic poster is ripped. I know. If these things can happen to you and you're an adult, pull back. Understand that there are limits and there are habits. If you are a child and your parents are not forcing you to, it's not your fault. But if you're watching this video and your parents think you're addicted, maybe direct your parent to this video and let them know that I think that they should really get a grip on how to parent you. That they should take your video games away. I know you don't want to hear this, kid, but if you're playing 7,000 hours of Fortnite in 2 years, you might need the video game taken away from you if it's truly causing you harm in school, to your health because you're not eating, or to your college fund because now you spent all of the rent money and they have to dip into your college fund. I'll tell my mom to subscribe to you. Thanks. I appreciate that. On YouTube, not on Twitch. YouTube. Anyways, this is the easiest court case. You know, and the problem is, right? We've had similar cases to this before. Not in video games, or maybe we have. We've had tons of media and news articles and news giants like NBC, Fox, CBS, whatever, trying to blame video games for real world problems, whether it be addiction or gambling problems, a more heavy subject, school shootings and public shootings, and even real world violence. I guess that goes along with that same coin. Video games are not the problem. I don't know who I have to tell this to. I don't know who's listening. I hope someone up there who's like a big wig executive for like a news firm. Video games aren't the problem, bro. It's people. People are the problems. A video game doesn't cause me to grab the gun in the other room because I'm Texan and we do have guns. It doesn't cause me to grab that gun and go say, yeah, I learned this in Call of Duty, and start shooting. Just start blasting. No, video games, I've played Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty as a kid, and it didn't really cause me any harm like that. I play Fortnite still. I play Halo. I don't walk up to people, bash them with the back of my pistol because I learned that in Halo. I don't do that. Because I'm a rational human being. This is more a psychological thing, right? Whether it be parents not parenting the kids right, or whether it be that kids or adults have some sort of psychological or mental issue that needs to be solved in other ways. This wasn't really supposed to be the topic of this video, but it all kind of coalesces and coagulates together. Video games aren't the problem, whether it be for kids spending too much time and becoming addicted because parents don't take away kids' video games and force them to do other things, go outside and touch grass, as they would say, or more serious things like real world violence. Neither of these are caused inherently by video games. Anyways, this is Beanie Thuggish for the YouTubes talking about this super funny, I'm going to be real, super funny article and lawsuit that I read about. Signing out and saying peace.